You're listening to the For Climate Tech series on the Forward Faster podcast, providing bite-sized insights for climate tech innovators.
All right, hello and welcome to Forward Faster in 5. I'm Chris Carpenter, Marketing and Community Specialist with For Climate Tech. With me today is Kim Bawden, the Senior Pollution Prevention Engineer at the New York State Pollution Prevention Institute. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Good. Awesome. So just jumping right in, I know you guys are very present in our community here at NextCore and For Climate Tech, but could you share a little bit more of your background with the New York State Pollution Prevention Institute and some of the work that you do there?
Sure. Chris, thanks for having me today. The New York State Pollution Prevention Institute, or P2I, which is much easier to say, is a relatively small organization. We're about 15 to 20 people. We're headquartered at RIT. We are funded through the Environmental Protection Fund, which is administered through the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. Our mission is to service New York State in reducing its environmental impacts while improving the viability of the economy. We have a number of different partners across the state, including 5 universities: RIT, RPI, Clarkson, Binghamton, as well as Cornell Cals. We're also partnered with the 10 manufacturing extension partnerships throughout New York State, which really helps us increase our reach to all companies throughout the state. We have a number of different focus areas, as you can probably imagine, to really address different aspects of sustainability. We have R&D, community grants, K through 12 education, and a large focus on industry in general. And that's really where I focus my efforts. I have a background in the manufacturing area, and so a number of us that are work in the industrial programs have background in manufacturing. We focus on technology commercialization. We have on-site technical assistance, as well as a sustainable supply chain focus.
Wow. It's hard, you all are everywhere, which is, it's cool to see is more of the New York State ecosystem that exists for helping us cut down some carbon. But obviously there's a ton of interest in corporate responsibility and companies being more sustainable. And that's a lot of the work you all do at P2I, but it's certainly overwhelming. So where would you suggest entrepreneurs and new companies look or get started with when trying to find these more sustainable practices?
I agree with you. It can be very overwhelming, Chris. And we often work with companies on that specific topic. We do sustainability assessments for companies to help them identify where to focus their time. So we know that the most sustainable solutions involve optimizing impacts on the economy, society, and the environment. So when we assist companies, we take a holistic approach. We begin with companies considering their overall values, their mission, their objectives. Some may have that established, some may not, relative to sustainability. What is important to the company from a sustainability perspective? It could be from a societal perspective or an environmental, and that's okay to focus on one particular area. You don't have to cover everything. The United Nations released 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs as they're called or referred to, in 2015. And it's a great resource for companies to refer to if they're not really sure where to start. The 17 SDGs really cover a broad range of goals across the entire sustainability spectrum. Companies can examine those goals and really consider aligning with one or two of them if one or two really speak to them in terms of their values. We also suggest that companies consider benchmarking their competitors to see where there may be a sustainability-related focus there. You can use publicly available information such as annual reports or simply on their website. And this often reveals sustainability-related focus areas such as an environmental certification, such as ISO 14001 or zero waste to landfill. If you check out your competitors, you can see if there's an apparent focus that you may want to consider aligning with. And then lastly, are your customers? Do you have customers that are inquiring what kind of environmental stewardship efforts are you making? There may be a focus on inquiries on water, waste, or energy. So, considering where your customers are inquiring may also drive where you want to focus.
Awesome. Well, it seems like there's more than enough places for folks to get started. But Kim, thanks so much for joining us on this Forward Faster in 5. Thanks again for taking the time to talk with us.
Sure. And if companies have questions, we're more than happy to assist in talking about potential areas you may want to focus or talking about a project if you're interested. Thank you for having me today, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Well, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in, however you're tuning in, whether it's Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you all next time.